Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys everything that I purchased during the Sephora VIB sale. This is mostly everything. I do have two other things coming because I ended up watching a few people's hauls and felt like I needed the things that they had purchased. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. I can kind of give you guys some mini reviews on these products because I have tried a few, but I do want to save some of this to do a full face of first impressions. But we'll go ahead and get these skincare out of the way. This is the Dr. Dennis, is that Gross or Gross? It's the Hyaluronic Marine Meltaway Cleanser. So I was really just needing a new like makeup kind of like breakup product. I've used the pharmacy one for a really long time and I haven't repurchased that one. I had one and then I had a backup and then I believe we got one in a BoxyCharm one time and even in a Lure box. And so I just continued to use that, but ever since it come out, I think a year or two ago, that there's actually like plastic in there and it's not good for the environment. I've kind of taken a step back from that one and have just been looking for a different one. So this one wasn't too expensive and you get a lot of product, but I believe it's the same way you put this on, I believe like dry skin. But it says it's an oil-free, nourishing cleanser that dissolves waterproof makeup, dirt, and oil without stripping the moisture barrier. So it's designed for dry and sensitive skin, safe for use around the eye area. And that's what I do have sensitive skin. I have oily skin, but I do have pretty sensitive skin. A lot of things can make me break out, especially if it's very harsh. But yeah, I just wanted to pick up, like I said, another cleanser, so I did pick that up. And then along with, I'll kind of stay more with skincare. I did pick this up. This is a Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. People have talked about this. I feel like this summer it was like the sunscreen I heard the most about, but I wanted to wait till I finished my Clinique Tinted Moisturizer. I really, really like that tinted moisturizer because it's got a nice like tacky base, which I know a lot of people don't like. But I like that because I feel like it really grabs like powder foundation and gives me really good coverage. But I haven't tried this out yet because they say this is a good like makeup primer even. So I want to try this in that full face of first impressions. Um, but I know they have a matte version and a version for dry skin. But I picked up the unseen one because this is the one that I've seen most people talk about. But it says it's supposed to be 100% invisible, 100% game changing. It's SPF 40. It's a weightless, colorless, scentless, oil-free formula for face that leaves behind a velvety soft finish. It also acts as a makeup gripping primer that's perfect for all skin tones. So since it says gripping, I'm guessing this might have a little bit of a tacky feel as well, but I am excited. I do kind of prefer like a tinted moisturizer when it comes to my sunscreen that's got like high SPF because that tint kind of gives me some coverage, but I still am excited to try that one out. All right, I do have another skincare item here. This is the Youth to the People, I'm sorry, moisturizer, and I tried their other one with hyaluronic acid in it in my last haul, as you guys seen, and I'm completely out of that. It's actually in my empties bin, which you guys will see when I do my empties video. But this was actually the original moisturizer that I purchased from them. It was one of the first products I tried from the brand, and I loved it. But then I couldn't find it anymore on Sephora, and then I seen the hyaluronic acid one, which I purchased. But they brought this one back, but I noticed that this was $58, and I feel like it was like in the 40s last time, but I love this. This, from what I can remember, was perfect for me in the morning and in the evening. And everything I've really tried from this brand, I really, really like. But I didn't get their hyaluronic acid one because I like to use that one more in the summertime because with a lot of products, hyaluronic acid, my esthetician will tell me like, yes, hyaluronic acid is great, but it's better when there's a lot of like moisture in the air. And of course, in the wintertime when it's cold, even here in Virginia, there's not a lot of moisture. So if you live in like, when it's colder and stuff like that, and there's not as much moisture, that hyaluronic acid has to pull moisture from somewhere. So if it's not pulling it from the air, she said that can pull it from your skin. So I try to stay away from products that, like moisturizers that says it has hyaluronic acid this time of the year and go for like a thicker cream. And like I said, I've loved most everything I've tried from that brand. I have tried a mask. It was like yellow that I really didn't like and I returned, but I do really love their moisturizers. Um, Another moisturizer. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. Again, another moisturizer that is just really great for sensitive skin. Again, moving into like the drier winter months, I do feel that my skin can kind of just be like more oily in the T-zone and then just kind of dry everywhere else. Not really dry, but I'd say more normal. But my skin can get very sensitive because I do work outside. So especially in the winter time with like the wind blowing in my face and stuff, it can just get very, very sensitive. So I really like this. This comes in a few different like containers. You can get the really big container, but I like this because it has a pump. And anytime I don't have to actually stick my fingers in a jar, if it's an option of getting it in like a container like this, I'm definitely going to be getting it in a container like this. But A lot of people talk about First Aid Beauty for sensitive skin because it is a really great option. I feel like it's always been really gentle. So again, just had to pick this up because I did run out, which again, you guys will see in my next empties video. And then I believe I got, yeah, I've got 2 more skincare products and then the rest is makeup. So this is from The Ordinary, and I didn't realize till after I purchased this that this did not go in with the sale, I believe, but it was only like $5.90. It's The Ordinary Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1% high strength vitamin and mineral blemish formula. So I've heard a lot of people talk about this, saying that it's really good to actually help with like scarring. So I am very excited to try this out. I'll probably use this during the morning. It's just like clear. Let's see, I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Yeah, it's just like a clear kind of liquid. I feel like it's kind of hard to see in there. But I've heard, like I said, so many amazing things about this. I use my Paula's Choice BHA, like salicylic acid, at night, so I believe I'll actually use this during the day. But I am excited to try it out. I still haven't gone back to see my esthetician. I haven't been to the dentist. I didn't go to any of my yearly checkups. I'm just too afraid. I'm too afraid to go, so all of it's going to have to wait till next year. So I'm trying to take care of my skin on my own. And then the last skincare product, at least I think this is the last one, it's the Herbivore Blue Tansy, I believe this is pronounced, Resurfacing Clarity Mask. Again, a product that I've heard a lot of people talk about that's just really great for like acne scarring and things like that. It just looks like this. It's like this, like almost kind of looks like what I would think algae kind of looks like. Let's see if we can. Ooh, okay, it's like a, can't tip it too far, but it's like a gunky. It kind of looks like algae. That's what it looks like. But I am excited to try this out as well. I'll probably, like I said, when I'm trying out new skincare items, though, I'll usually try one out for a month. And if my skin's acting fine to it, then I start incorporating or changing out something else. So that's easier for me to find out what's breaking me out and stuff. But I believe I want to try the Ordinary product first before I jump in with this one. All right, so the rest of this, like I said, is makeup. So I did actually purchase a few things from Rare Beauty. I've wanted to try out a few things, but I knew the sale was coming in the fall, so I decided to wait. So I picked up her brushes. This is the Liquid Touch Foundation brush. And it just looks like this. Has a very beautiful, like, sleek handle. And then really nice, pretty bristles. It kind of looks like a tan shade. I feel like it'll be hard to tell if you're if it gets dirty, because it's kind of like a foundation color on here. But yeah, oh, it's really soft. But again, I'm excited. I'm going to probably try this out during that full face of first impressions. But I've heard, like I said, amazing things about the brand. And I won't talk too much about it because I know everyone's heard about it. But I just really like where the brand stands on like mental health. And I like how their packaging is supposed to be with people that might have like, you know, issues opening packaging and stuff like that. But again, I know people's mentioned and talked about the brand, so I don't want to, you know, overdo it. And then we have a concealer brush here, which it looks identical, like looks just like the foundation brush except for smaller, but it just really cute. So I'm not a huge brush person. I'm a sponge person. Like, I've been obsessed with this e.l.f. sponge right here. Sorry, cat hair everywhere. This e.l.f. sponge, I use my sponge for pretty much my foundation, my concealer, to set my under eye concealer, to put powder. Like, I use my sponge for everything. So, but I am excited. This does feel really nice and soft. So, I mean, for the under eye, I do feel like it would feel, yeah, I mean, it feels really soft. So again, I am excited to try that out as well. Now, I did get 2 more things from the Rare Beauty brand. I got their Soft Pinch Matte Blush and then their Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. So I am really excited about the blush. I believe there's 2 different formulas. There's a matte and then a like dewy blush. I think liquid blushes look so incredibly beautiful, to be honest. I think they're gorgeous, but they fade on me so quickly. But I'm hoping, since this is like a matte version, that it doesn't do that. But I will swatch this color for you guys. I have seen enough videos about this blush to know that a little bit goes a long way. I think that was my favorite thing about watching people like review this. But there's the color. Let me just kind of like blend it out so we can just kind of see. But yeah, so that's a really, I mean, honestly, that's just very beautiful, like a soft, I feel like peach. Very, very pretty. So excited about that. Go ahead and wipe that off so I don't get that everywhere. But I'm hoping that that lasts on my skin a long time. So, and then I got the foundation, and I had the hardest time with this foundation. I did swatch all of these on my neck to see if I was going to needed to like buy another one like while the sale was going on, and I ended up getting 160C. And the reason why is because on Rare Beauty's actual website they said I was 130 in. I was watching Taylor's video and she used that shade, and even she said she thought it was a tidbit light, so I'm like usually wear a few shades higher than her, so I was like, okay, that's definitely too light. And then Sephora was saying I was 200C, but then I watched Katie's video and she wore 210 neutral, I believe it was, and that, I mean, it just looked way too dark, so I was like, all right, one's telling me I'm a neutral, one's telling me I'm a cool undertone, so I ended up going with 160C, which I believe is the highest, like, cool tone before you jump all the way to 200C. And this is a little bit light for me, but I do feel like jumping to 200, it would have been way too dark. I can get away with it blending it down my neck. Like I said, I just put a little bit, and once I blended it down, it did look fine. It blended in my skin okay. Again, if someone's up super close to me, I definitely feel like they could look at my neck and be like, oh, that foundation looks a little bit pink, because again, it is a cool undertone. But I felt like there wasn't a lot of neutral undertones. It was like 130 in, and then it jumped all the way to like 210 in. So again, I'm hoping that this works. I believe this will be the foundation that I try in that full face of first impressions I was saying I want to do, but I am really excited to try that out because people talk about how like weightless it feels on the skin, so I'm excited. I don't know why I went foundation crazy, but I also picked up the NARS Soft Matte Complete Coverage Foundation, which is what I have on today. And guys, I love it. I really, really love it. When I first put it on, I did feel like it looked dry around my nose and on my upper lip, but honestly, the more I feel like it's set on my skin here, I actually feel like the better it looks. I did use a sponge with mine, that sponge, but I do feel like it kind of starts to sit down and dry, so I was glad that I worked in sections on my face because, you know, I could feel like the tug. But I like it. I ended up going the shade Light to Mont Blanc, which I believe was fair to light with neutral undertones, or fair with neutral undertones. I can't exactly remember, but I really like it. I will say when I first put it on, I did feel like it looked a bit light, but it definitely has gotten darker, which I did read some reviews saying that it dried down just a little bit darker. So I am glad that I went with this shade. And like I said, so far I really like it. I've seen very mixed reviews about this foundation. The only issue I've had with this is that when I first opened this, it like was just started gushing out of the top of this because it's a squeezy tube. So I do feel like when I first initially got this, it was like putting this on this morning. Like, I mean, I'm telling you guys, when I opened this, I was trying to like scoop it on my finger as it kept coming out. And I'm not sure if it was like maybe the pressure from shipping that had something to do with that, but my top is already like super gross. You know what? I'll go ahead and show you how like gross and messy it is after me using it one time. Sorry, okay. Yeah, it's like super nasty looking already. But again, I couldn't help that. But I actually like the squeezy tube. This is a pretty liquidy foundation as well. And a little bit goes a long way. I just did one layer. I definitely could have probably built up around like this breakout and like some of these scarrings. But like I said, I like more of the medium coverage look where my skin can kind of show through, because I think that gives more of a natural appearance to my skin. And I definitely like that look better now that I've gotten older. So... And then lastly, I don't know, I picked up this foundation because I picked up the concealer. So this is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. And I remember, I think that this was supposed to be replacing the Matte Velvet Plus, was it called? One of my Holy Grail foundations. And I never repurchased this because I was so mad that they got rid of it. But when I purchased the concealer, which I'll show you guys, I decided to get this. And this is a shade Y235, which is what Sephora said I would wear. Again, when I swatched this on my cheek down onto my neck, this leans a little bit, I'd say like neutral to yellow. But again, I think, like I said, all three of these just blends in. I would say the closest match was definitely like the NARS one, but I'm really excited to try this one out as well. And like I said, I got this. Actually, I might try this one out in the full face of first impressions. I don't know. We'll see. And then, like I said, I did get the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin because Kathleen Lights has talked about this. I got the shade 2.3. This is one of the products that this was way, way too dark for my under eye. This is like an actual foundation shade for me. So I am returning this, and I got the shade 2.1 on its way. So again, I'll return this one, but I am excited to try this out. This will be, again, the product I try probably in that full face of first impressions. And then I picked up the Ilia Soft Focus Finishing Powder. So I think it was SMLXO's video, Stephanie's video, and she's talked about this for years now. I am dedicated to my Viseart one for my under eye powder. It does have talc in it though, but nothing like smooths my under eyes out like that powder does. It makes it so smooth but not drying at all, and I love it. So I hope that I like this one. Again, this one was out of stock, but it come like back in stock when I got on for the sale. Really pretty packaging, just like nude packaging. And I believe you get, let's see here, 0.32 ounces, which I think is what you get with the Viseart one or somewhere close around there. Yeah, excited to try this. Again, I'll do that in that full face of first impressions. And then lastly, I got 2 eyeshadow palettes because I've been more into eyeshadow lately. Because again, I feel like you're seeing people from like here up. But I purchased the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. It's the mini retro palette and the mini Zend palette. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I honestly would not have gotten these if they were so, like, they looked so different on the swatches online, but these palettes are so similar. And I feel like even when you look on the box here, these look very different. Like, this looks like a gorgeous, I feel like, gray green, which is what I was expecting, but no, these are so similar. Like, you do not need both of these. This one's the mini retro palette, and then this one, I did swatch these and even was like comparing these on my arms, but I used the mini retro one today, and then I am going to use this one in that full face of first impressions. But you get 3 shimmer shades in there, and then you get 2 matte shades in each palette. This one's more of like a right here, like a pressed kind of glitter, like an eyeshadow topper. I did try to use it in my inner corner today, and I do feel like it's just doesn't give you that pop. It's more of like one of those shades that you want to put on top of a shimmer shade or on top of a matte shade to give it a little bit of a pop. And then I do have this shade right here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This shade, silver shade, all over my lid. And again, I don't know. This was not my favorite formula. I've tried her eyeshadows back when I feel like she first come to Sephora. I didn't like them. I tried them again with the Tropic palette, which I think I actually have a review on my channel. And then I feel like I remember people saying her formula had changed a while back. So I was like, okay, I want to give this another try. And I just don't like these. Again, though, I've just tried this palette, but I didn't feel like these shades blended the best. This is a shade that I got in my crease shade and really had to build it up because it is quite a light shade. And then I did take this gray shade right here, and this is what I've got on like my outer V. But again, I just don't feel like for the matte shades, the blendability is the best. And I feel like the more you try to blend to get it to blend seamlessly, it kind of blends away. And I feel like that's the same issue I had with her original eyeshadows. And yeah, I just don't like it. I think that the shimmer shades are okay, but I think that there is better, more affordable eyeshadows out there than the Natasha Denona ones, and I'm glad I just got these for like 20 some dollars. I like the shades though, like this gorgeous like silver shade I love, but I just, you know what I'm saying? It's just not something that just blows me away. And then this one right here, I am excited to try though, but again, I could have sworn looking online at these swatches and stuff, this looks like a very like green shade to me, like a like greeny gray, like a grayish, I guess. And again, I was just expecting a little bit more, but you don't need both of these. I just pick whichever one you like the best because these 2 shades in here, very similar. I'd say the biggest difference is you can build this one up to probably what this shade looks like, but I don't hate these. I think the packaging is gorgeous. The quality of the packaging is nice. But I think you can find better matte shades, better shimmer shades for a lot more affordable price than you can with these. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. Just looking over here in my box. So yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. And if there's anything that I missed that I should have picked up, let me know and I'll definitely write it down to pick it up for the next Sephora sale in the spring. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.